Hi everyone, welcome back to class. So, in yesterday's video, we have seen the introduction part of the SQL where I have discussed about what do you mean by a database and why do we need, and also seen what do you mean by SQL and why do we need SQL, and also seen types of commands that we do have in our SQL. Okay, so in today's video, we'll be writing some queries in our MySQL, which is a free and open source relational database management system, and there we'll be writing the queries that gives like how to create a database and how to view the databases that are there in our system and how to create the table and how to insert the values and so on. Okay, so let us get into our MySQL, which is a relational database management system. Okay, this is available for free to everyone. Okay, so how to create a database? So the query is create followed by database, then database name. So let me take database name as coded life A. Okay, now you just needs to select it, click this particular button where it get executed. Okay, click. Okay, now it got successfully executed. Okay, see you can see here, like action create database coded life A, one row got affected. Okay, now that database coded life A got successfully executed. Okay, now let us try to know what are the databases existed in our system, in our MySQL. So for that we'll be having the query show followed by databases databases semicolon. Okay, now select it and click this button. See, so in our MySQL we'll be having the databases named coded life, coded life A, coded life H, information schema, MySQL, performance schema. So you can see here coded life A, which we have created just now. Okay, so this is how we need to check the databases that we do have in our MySQL. Okay, now let us try to delete the database just now we have created, that is coders life A. Okay, so the query is drop database followed by database name, which is coders life A semicolon. Okay, now select this one and execute. See, it got successfully executed. Okay, now to know whether this particular database got deleted or no, we just needs to check again the databases that are existed in our system. For that we need to execute this query, that is show databases. Okay, now execute it. See, you can see only the databases that we do have here are like coders life, coders life H, information schema, MySQL, performance schema. So as we have deleted the database coders life A, here we cannot see that particular database, right? So this is how we need to create the database and the deleting of the database. Okay, so the drop command is used to delete a database from our MySQL. Okay, okay, so now we'll be looking how to create a table into our database. Okay, so to insert, to create a table into a database, we need to have a database, right? So just now we have deleted the database coded slash a, right? So now let us try to create the database again. So for that what you need to do, you just need to execute this query create database followed by database name, which is coded life va. Okay, now execute it. See, now the database has created successfully. Okay, now if you want to know whether this database has created or not, just execute this query, that is show databases. See, now you can see coded life a, which is the database. So now it got created successfully. Okay, so now in order to create the table into the database, you just need to use this particular database. For that the query is use followed by database name, which is coded life a. Okay, now select it and execute. Okay, now we'll be using this particular database coded life a in order to create the table into it. Okay, the query to create a table is create followed by table, then table name. Let the table name be students, and here in the parenthesis you need to give, like, for students will be having the rule number, it is of type int, then comma, and the next one is student name, so it will be of type varchar. So varchar is a type of data where it stores the characters, where it stores the variables as well as the characters, like numbers as well as the alphabets, and also needs to give here the size to it. Okay, so we'll be having the rule number and student name here for the table students. Now semicolon. Okay, now select this one and execute. See it. Now the table students has got successfully created into the database coded life A. Okay. Now, okay, so before inserting the values into the table, let us try to know what are the tables that are existed in our database coded life A. So for that we'll be having the query show tables. Okay, just now we have seen, like, to know what are the databases that are existing in our MySQL, we have used the query show databases, right? So similarly, to know what are the tables existed in our database, the query is show tables. So select this one and execute. See, under the database coded life A, we will be having the only one table, which is students. That just now we have created the students database, students table, right? So that we can see under the database coded life A. Okay, so this is how we need to look the tables that are existed in our database. Okay, now if you want to know the description, the structure of the table, the query is DESC, that is description, followed by table name, that is students. Now select this one and execute. See, now you can see that we have created the rule number and student name, right? So you can see here the fields are like rule number, student name, and the next column gives the type, that is rule number is of type int and the student name is of type varchar, and null, yes, because we have not inserted any values into it, right? So it is showing null, yes, and we haven't used any keys, so it is showing nothing, and the default is null, and this is the extra. So this is how we need to know the structure of the table that we have created. Okay, now let us try to insert the values into this table students. So for that the query is insert into table name, that is students, followed by values. Okay, so at first we needs to enter rule number, that is of type int, right? So let the rule number be 1 comma, next field is rule number, so that is of type int, so let us give the rule number as 1 comma, and the next field is student name, so it should be of type varchar, right? So it should be written in quotation marks, that is, let the name be Pranay. Okay, so we have inserted one record having the rule number 1 and the name as Pranay. So let us try to insert another record having the rule number, that is 2, which is of type int, and the student name, let the student name be, so it should be written inside the quotation marks, right? So let the name be Pranav. Okay, so close this parenthesis. Now give semicolon. Okay, so into the students table, we have inserted the two records having the rule number 1 and 2, and the names are Pranay and Pranav. Okay, now select this one and execute it. See, now the values are successfully inserted into the table students. Okay, now to know whether the values are successfully inserted into the table or not, let us try to view the values of this table. So to view the table data, the query is select followed by start from table name, that is students. Okay, now select this one and execute. See, you can see the output, that is rule numbers are 1 2 and the student names are Pranay and Pranav. Okay, so this is how we need to create the table into the database, and how to insert the values into the table, and also how to view the data that is there in our table. Okay, now let us try to know how to delete a table from the database. So for that, the query is drop followed by table, then table name. So here the table name is students. Okay, now select this one and execute it. See, now the table students has successfully got executed. Okay, now if you try to look the tables that are existed in our database coders life A, will not be having the, we will not be having the students table name. So to know the tables that are existed in our database, the query is show tables, right? So select this one and execute it. See, you can see nothing in the database coders life A. Okay, so this is how we actually delete a table from our database. So this is all about today. So in this class we have seen how to create a database and how to know what are the databases existed in our MySQL, and how to delete a database from our MySQL, and also seen how to create a table into the database, and how to view what are the tables existed in our database, and how to drop delete a table from our database. Okay, so in tomorrow's video we'll be looking the other queries that are related to the table. Okay, so for today this is okay, so this is all about today. Thank you for watching the video. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.